friends. So let's start it. Really glad to be at the Atom Hacker House 2024. Thank you for beautiful organization, Adrian. Thank you for the sponsors, to Atom Accelerator, to Neutron, to many other beautiful sponsors. And of course, the biggest thanks, friends, that you are here and you want to build something and you want to make this world a little bit better. But also, this is very interesting that you can change not only the whole world, but you can also change your life. And today I will tell you how you can become a Cosmos validator and how you can use it not only in the beautiful ideas of the change in the world, but in the very small ideas to change your own life, to make your own life a little bit interesting, and maybe even earn some funds that you can spend to make this world a better place. So, if you still didn't get the grant from the foundation and you're thinking, okay, how to start with to getting grants, what I need to do, you can be a validator. So, small moment, who is the validator? And why I conducting this workshop. I validate science end of 2019. Really glad to see here Kirill, one of my first supporter and teacher of the validation. I was asking him question, how to unjail validator, what I need to do, and Kirill was always helping me. So already kind of 5 years I validate networks, and one of the best ambassadors and advocates of Cosmos 2021. It was the something like I don't know how to say. So you can find it by the link. And I'm a co-founder of ValidatorSchool. So one time we were thinking, okay, we need to have a lot of validators to move all Web 2 to Web 3, that every web page have the blockchain behind it. What we need to do? We need to up a lot of blockchains. Who will up a lot of blockchains? Oh, we need a lot of validators. Where we will find a lot of validators? We will teach people how to be a validator. So you can scan QR code, and there will be the huge list of my competences, what I did, blah, blah, blah. But today we will not be so long, because full course of the Validator School take kind of 4 or 5 weeks. And today I will tell it for the 1 hour, but you will see. So, miners and validators, is there a difference? So, to be honest, no real difference between miners and the validators. Just miners, it's a validators and proof of work networks, and the validator is a miner in the blockchains on proof of stake. Proof of stake, it's something very new. Proof of stake networks, it's something like young people, they love to make an experiment, they always make a lot of mistakes, and proof of work networks, it's something like conservative old people. They don't want to change, they don't make any mistakes, but to change something in proof of work network, it's kind of impossible. Main difference, it's if you are a miner, you need to have something like a counting stuff, like a GPU or something like a integral scheme, and you need to pay kind of $3,000 to be a miner or something like this. And we think that we are poor, we don't have any money, we have kind of $50 per month, and if you and you can't be a miner with the $50 per month. But with $50 per month, you can be a validator, because validator don't need this physical infrastructure. All validator need is to stake the tokens, and tokens are digital, and tokens will don't destroyed with the time. So if you want to be a miner on the Bitcoin, you need to have some physical countings that in 3 years will be nothing. But with your digital tokens, okay, the price of the tokens can go down, but as you have 1,000 tokens, as it will be 1,000. So in the other moments, there are really not many differences. So, what exactly does a validator do? So, validator, we understand when we tell validator, it's two differences. Exist validator as the machine participate in consensus, propose blocks, and accept blocks, and store the blockchain. Very nice that we humans don't need to do it. It's all automatic process. We really don't care about it. We turn on the machine, and we are caring about the machine. We love our computer. It's so nice. Totally sure that you understand my feelings. Just imagine that something happens with your laptop right now. You will say, oh my God. So we are caring about our laptops, we update software, we participate in the governance of the network. This is also difference between miners and validators. Miners just run the machine, and we have something interesting. We can change the network by the proposals. It means that everything that can be written in the code needs to be written in the code. Code as the law. But exist some things that we can't write in the code. For example, in the Turkey was earthquake, and some people are struggling after this natural disaster. We want to help to these people with the funds from community pool. Who is agree? Let's vote. And some people tell, yes, help to the Turkey. Some people tell, no, why we need to spend our community pool for the Turkey? So people start to vote. Who wins? We are sending our funds to the from community pool or don't send. So people need to decide some questions that we can't write in the code. Because everything that we can, if some problems began to happening a lot of times, we say, this is just algorithm, like put it in the code. So also validators contributing for the development of the network and the community. What it means? It means that somebody needs to create new tools, wallets, create the content. So this is event, it's a contribution for the development of the Cosmos Hub. So people around here, Adrian, he contributing for the development of the Cosmos because he spent his time that people come to the event, feel themselves cool, speak with each other, development something. So this is one of the kind of contributions. But these contributions can be totally different. You can contribute with the making videos, with creating memes. If you have a cool TikTok and you love to dance, you tell, hey friends, I will dance in TikTok with the t-shirt of your project. This is also contribution. And for these contributions, validators get delegations. We will speak about it, several. So validation as the hobby and as the way to earn money. Because I start to be a validator not because I want to earn money. I start to be a validator because for me it was interesting and I wanted to contribute for the development of the decentralized searching system. Fuck Google, we need decentralized data, we need decentralized searching system. So this is bright idea, and I started as hobby, and now validation is not only my hobby, but it's also the way of surviving in this world. So not all networks are created equal. And the first generation blockchains, like a Bitcoin, we don't validate because they are miners. We already know. The second generation of blockchains, it's a blockchains with the smart contracts where I can create some tokens. So we know that it can be tokens on Solana, tokens on Ethereum, tokens on the some platform with the smart contracts. It's a second generation of the blockchains. We can validate them. We can validate Solana, we can validate Ethereum 2.0, but they are validators not really like a validators. They are still miners. Because they are if new project arrived, this new project don't need new chain, so they don't need new validators. So for us, it's for the validators, it's not really interesting. All the places already not empty, and we need a lot of empty places to develop us as the validator. So third generation of blockchains that speak about interoperability, that tell friends how to solve the question to send the data from one blockchain to another. We find a brilliant idea. We will create a lot of blockchains. We tell, yes, a lot of blockchains, it means a lot of validators you will need. Create more blockchains, more validators will have what to do. So exists understanding of Substrat and Tendermint, Polkadot and Cosmos. As the result, at first, when we was thinking, okay, who will be the best, the Polkadot with parachains or the Cosmos with the hub solution? And as the result, we can tell Cosmos. Because why it happens? Because Polkadot creates some very hard solutions. They tell, if you need to create new chain, you need to buy our tokens, blah, 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 something really hard. And Cosmos tell, we just put open source programs, everybody can copy it, everybody can use it just for free, permissionless. As the result, we get hundreds of the blockchains, and the amount of these blockchains grew up with every day. So if we will go and check map of zones, this is kind of aggregator. It will show 100 zones, but to be honest, amount of the blockchains is much more bigger. When I came to the Cosmos and start to validate, the amount of these networks was kind of 10 or 12. Yes, so in the MinScan, now very famous block explorer, was 5 networks. It was Cosmos, Hub, Iris network, BNB native chain, Band protocol, and Kava. Now it's kind of 60 or more. In MinScan we will see. So all of these networks that we can see, they need validators. And the new amount of the networks arrived, and new networks need more validators, and they need good validators, because more networks, we will speak about it. So, So if we will go to the such block explorer as the pink pub, we will see that pink PAC aggregate for now 121 networks. This huge amount of the networks, it's a main nets that's already functioning. And some of them already don't have a places. Some of them have places where you can join as the validator. But amount of the test nets where you can join and after jump from the testnet to the mainnet, it's much more bigger. And as there exists these cycles, the cycle of infrastructure development, and after it goes cycle of the product development. So the infrastructure development for the Cosmos this last 5 years, and now we go into the new 5 years of the product development. So it means the amount of the networks will only grow up, and so amount of the validators that need to be also need to grow up. And that's also why I make this workshop, because if we will never need so much validators, we will not speak about it here. So let's go next. Validation, you can take it as online game. I think many people was playing here RPG. I'm a game addict person. Thank you to my father who tell to me, like I need to work, sit in the computer and play games. Since 3 years I playing games and I'm game addict. You know, exists some difference between peasant and hero. Peasant, you pay 5 gold, peasant work, produce you some corn. If you don't pay to the peasant 5 gold, peasant don't bring you corn, maybe make some riots. So validators, it's not peasants. Validators are heroes. Who is heroes? You can't pay to the hero. It's some person who go to the tavern, take the quest, go to the dungeon, fight the dragon, take some treasury, find a new artifact, go to the next quest, up the XP. This is what is the validation. to be a validator, it's to be a hero. Maybe in some future, it will be like with DevOps and sysadmins. At first, DevOps and sysadmins was the heroes, but now you go to some web page, we are looking for the sysadmin with the payment $2,000, blah, blah, blah. Maybe something will be with the validators in the future, but now validators is heroes. So if we know that in the games exist warrior, mage, archer, they're totally the same here. Exist front-end, back-end, community developer, designer. We create our clan. Validators, it's a people who make the cool command. One person can do this, another person can do that. So, and we are upgrading the skills of our heroes. But the best, when you play the game, you upgrade your fireball skill, but you don't have it after in the material world. Shit. Yes, and when you develop your skills as the validator, you after have it in material world. My English language up very good after so before the validation, my English wasn't so cool. I start to understand command line. I know what is Linux. I know the basics of design, how to build the web page. So I get so many different skills, and it's all for my hero, and I have these skills really. So in the treasure dungeons and better together. So if you send only warrior to the dungeon, warrior will be killed very fast. But if you send warrior and behind them priest, cleric that heal the warrior, you take the treasures, bring a lot of treasures. So it's cool to make a cool team, yes, like a killer team that will take a lot of treasures. So it means if you are together with the community developer, guide creator, content creator, and so on, your team is very good in the fighting with the dragon of the centralization, because the main goal is to kill the dragon. Yes, heroes, they are not really care about the artifacts and gold. Nobody tell to you, hey, go to kill the dragon, and after it you will take 1,000 gold. No, you tell, okay, we are heroes, we go to kill the dragon, and after we will see what we will get. How many treasures? It will be very rare or maybe unique artifact. So, what is the dragon in our Web3 world? It's some centralized service that has a lot of power. For example, like an Uber. Everybody use Uber, everybody know Uber. If we will create decentralized Uber, Web3 Uber, that will connect the common users with the taxi drivers, that will play with the crypto to each other, without this third party, we will kill the dragon of Uber. We will create our decentralized solution. So validators, it's those who look for these centralized dragons and kill them. You kill one small centralized dragon, you get experience, you tell, okay, the next dragon of the next level, we are coming to you. So when you kill the dragon, you get treasures, you get artifacts. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's a little. Yes, what is the artifacts for the validators? It's a new server, some ledgers, YubiKey. Yes, so we also have our artifacts that help us to validate better, give us plus to security, plus to privacy, so on. So we share digital gold, we buy new artifacts, and we go on adventure again. This is what validators do. If you if you will look on this as on the game, not on the job. So, who is your leader and how much do you pay? So, validators have three main forms of income. First, it's own stake, but we will not speak about it, because if you have a lot of money, you can run the validator, put your money to work, but this is not our solution. We think we are poor, we with empty pockets, but with burning hearts and with burning eyes. We want to change our lives, so we need to do something. We don't have own stake, so we need to get delegations. Delegations we can get from delegators or from the foundation. What is the difference? If validator get delegations from delegators, it's huge amount. 1 million people delegate you $1, and your total stake is 1 million. Or in the case of the foundation of projects, one project, one foundation, delegate you 1 million. So the result is kind of the same, but of course more stable to get 1 million by one than one time by 1 million. But this is what validators do. They try to attract delegations. How to attract delegations from the delegators, small players? You need to do something good for them. You need to create guides, create wallets, help them. Some person write at 2 a.m., oh my God, I don't see funds in my wallet. What should I need to do? Where is my money? Where is my $50? And you write, oh, friend, just go to click on the 3 points, change your RPC, and you will see, oh my God, thank you very much. My $50 still at my wallet. I already was thinking I lose it. I will delegate to this validator because this validator helped me at 2 a.m. Yes, and the projects and the foundations, why they will delegate you 1 million? Because you come and tell friends, we make an update for your program code, we create this tool, we do that, we do this. Project tell, oh my God, such validators is very important for our networks. We delegate you 1 million. Please be happy, you are in our active set, do more, you are a good person. So, exists also one, not the main way to get income for the validators, it's a creating and voting on proposals. So it means as the proposal can be anything, you can just come and tell, hello friends, we are a group of developers. We building beautiful solution for the blah, 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 I don't know something. Something new decentralized web application that will solve all the problems. We can go to work to Web 2. But we don't like this corporation taxes, other shit. So just give us $30,000 and we will build beautiful open source for everybody public good. And let's vote. People vote. If people vote yes, you will get this money. If people will vote no, you will not get this money. So this is with the proposals, you can also get the funds. This is not the main, but it's how it works because validators have big voting power. And if you have enough influence and enough voting power and enough delegations, you can vote yes for your own proposals. And sometimes it works, but mostly it works not for one validator. Mostly it works when the group of validators who already collect pretty big amount of voting power and supporting each other. It's like a several clans in the multiplayer online game. Tell, oh, okay, like our group of heroes together with your group of heroes, together with our group of heroes, let's ask for $11 million to build something, la la la. Let's vote. And group of the people vote, other people already not important, they will vote or not. Proposal pass, you get 11 millions for the 30 people, kind of this. All I tell about 11 millions for 30 people, it's a true. It's not just I try to, really exist situation when 11 people for the 1 year get $30 million. So, nice, you can do it too. Not from the first step, but if you're in the validation field several years, you can do it. So let's review the situation in the field of validation because it also changes. It's not like the constantly. Yesterday we were called to the testnets. So it was like 3 years ago. To be a validator and to get the delegation, you don't need to do nothing, just run the machine. Because situation, it's like this. Exist 50 validators, they are busy with the all working networks, new network arrive and tell, please somebody come to validate us, to make a test net. We want to test our brilliant idea. And the validators tell, for what I need to go somewhere? They tell, we will give you incentivizations. You will get the tokens of our network. It's incentivized test nets. Validators tell, yeah, okay, we will come. if you will give us tokens. Validators come, make the testnet, just run the machine, developers test everything on the testnet, validators get found, and it was pretty big amounts. Other people look at this and say, oh my God, so it means to earn kind of several $1,000s, all I need is to rent a server for $50 per month and upload software, wait 2 months and get $5,000. Kind of this. A lot of people come to field of the testnets and exist understanding of testnet hunter, people who try to run so much nodes in the testnet as it possible. So, of course, projects start to adopt to this, and they say, okay, now we don't need just a common machine runner. Now validators need to do something. They need to contribute in the process of the testnet. We will not give the money for multi-accounts. So now the idea, it's not only to go to the testnet and to validate testnet, but main idea is to contribute for the testnet in the process of the testnet. You need to do something, to build something, to develop, maybe test something like what will be if we will send 1 million empty transactions to the blockchain, something like this. Or in the process of the testnet, we create the guides how to run the RPC node, so blah, blah, blah. So, and if you good in the testnet and show that you are interested in the network tell to you, friend, such validators in the testnet, we need also in the mainnet. You are Genesis validator, s'il vous plaît, monseigneur, or monsieur, madame, I don't know. So, and you from rags to rich, because you was common person without any funds and became a validator with huge delegations. If we will look on the example of Celestia, yes, for example, such, we will go, let's visit to Minskan. This is the network that arrived like 1 year ago, less than 1 year ago. Some people in this network, yes, let's go to the Minskan just to check how it happens. Where is the mouse? Exists this network Celestia. Everybody can have a chance to participate in Celestia. We will go to the such as the validators. And we will see that exists the list of the validators in the network Celestia. And we can see there's some millions in the, but let's check on the validators with small amount of delegations. So how many delegators? We will see that most of the validators, like the Node, Tain, Rebranding, Chaintails, DTeam, have delegations 3 million Celestia, TIA. 1 TIA now kind of $8. So it's a $24 million delegation. From this 20, and they have commission 9%. So of course it's a 9% commission from the APR kind of 10%. So it means they get kind of 10% from the 10% from 24 millions. So 240,000 and $24,000, and they have 3 delegators. So they have 3 delegation, and one of them 3 millions. And that's because people was participating in the testnet, they get kind of $2,000, maybe even more, every month. Yes, and they spend for the infrastructure kind of $50 per month, plus $50 for the infrastructure, plus of course your time, but okay, it means like you run the machine, you look that everything is working good, and you get kind of enough, more than enough to live. So maybe it's this amount even bigger, so we can count how much they get from the 3 million of TIA, but this is, of course, it's not the situation 100%, it means like that. You run 10 different networks, 8 of these networks will bring you 20% of income, and 2 networks will bring you 80% of income. So some of the networks will be very profitable, and some of networks will be not really profitable, or you will be in the zero. But if you run more than one network, you have a pretty good chances to get enough to cover all losses. So this is the main strategy now for the all validators to do something in the testnet, to go after to the mainnet, but also there are still a lot of places in the real mainnets, the networks that are still working. We will speak on the some next slides about it. So who is the validators? Also how we can understand who the next kind of classification of validators. So we can tell that exist whales, killer whales, and sharks. Whales, it's a huge centralized exchanges and some investment foundations. You will never learn how to be a whale validator, because to be a whale validator, you need to learn how to become a centralized exchange. So this is a huge centralized exchanges. Some people want to trade some, for example, Atom on Coinbase, on Binance. Coinbase and Binance, when you trade on the centralized exchanges, all the trades goes in some Google sheet, Excel. And Coinbase and Binance tell, friends, while people trade 10 millions of atoms every day on our Excel, on our address, 10 millions of atoms, and they doing nothing. Yeah, okay, because of the arbitrage, every day 1 million atom come to the Coinbase, 1 million go out, come, go out, but other 9 millions just doing nothing. Let's run the validator in Cosmos. We'll stake these funds and we'll get APR 15%. Oh, brilliant idea, nice. Hey, guys in costume, this is praying to you, buy the new yacht. Thank you, thank you. So this is how it happens with the centralized exchanges. Killer whales validators, it's a group of people, it's a pretty big group of the people. It's like a P2P validator, Cosmos Station, Citadel One. Can be 30 people, 50 people behind. Behind the validator ever stake 137 people. Yes, this is a huge amount. So these people, it's a DevOps, sysadmins, community developers, like big amount of the people. And but all of them grew up also from 1 to 2 people. So, and exist shark validators. It's a 1 to 3 people behind the validator. So exist validator, but most interesting, if we will go and by the logic how we see the world, of course, on the top must be whale validators, after killer whales, and after need to be shark validator. But no, the reality of the validation tell totally another picture. Yes, some of the huge centralized exchanges really have the first places, but not all of them have a first places. If we will go and look, Coinbase, it's a whale validator, it's a centralized exchange, but Cosmos Station, it's a group of developers from South Korea, a kind of 30 people. They make this mean scan, they make Cosmos Station wallet app, they do a lot there. So I totally understand, I don't understand why they not on the first place, because this Cosmos Station do for the network, for the development much more than Coinbase. Coinbase only trade and sell our atoms. Yeah, after Binance, but after SG1 validator, SG1 validator, it's 2 people. It's a shark validator. It's a 2 German developers. After Everstake, 137 people. Yes, a bit later we see Kraken, P2P again, P2P killer whale, Stakefish, yes, some informal system group. Melia, only 1 person. I don't remember, he from Italy or from Spain, but it's just 1 person. Validator Sika, 2 people. Yes, so as we can see, you don't need to be a huge organization or centralized exchange to be in the top. You can be in the top of the validation if even you're alone. Yes, all depends of how you do and what you do. So, op. Next moment, different roles of validators in the blockchain. And you need searching for yourself and for others. We remember that the best identity, it's a self-identity, yeah? And we are different people, and we can tell that the people can be more extrovert, more introvert, people can be more technical, more humanitarian, and all of us, no one more humanitarian than technical, for example. He tell, I less with the code, I more with the humans. Yes, some people more with the code, less with the humans, and all of you can find yourself. So if you are more introvert and you don't want to speak with the community and you don't want to speak with these foundations, you are pretty feeling yourself good sitting in GitHub, and if somebody want to ask me something, send me pull request. Yes, you are more introverted. You can create tools, scripts, you can be beautiful backend, care about infrastructure, even join the project team. So if you are introvert and technical person, you easily can find yourself in validation, and you easily can attract delegations from the project because you don't need to care about the community. But in another way, if you are not introvert, if you are extrovert and you love to speak with others and you don't really like to be alone and you think that, oh, when I'm alone, I'm like in the prison, we need to go to speak with somebody. Of course, you can make technical guides, you can help to other validators, create the guides, how to run the nodes, explain some technical stuff. You can even fork the project and create your own. So this is great possibilities. But if you are more humanitarian and you not really deep in the code, but if you're extrovert, you can be community advocate, evangelist, ambassador, create content, tell to other people how your validator is good, and attract these people more with the community. They attract a lot of delegations from the small players. But if you are introvert, you can make graphics, design, UI, UX, you can create guides and research. This is also, you can translate documentation, something silent, you are sitting and creating, you are the artist. So it means every person can find themselves in the validation, but the best is to collect the team. If you have techno extrovert together with techno introvert, together with humanitarian extrovert, and together with humanitarian introvert, you can do all of this. And if you can do all of this, every project will tell, oh my God, we need such beautiful team of the heroes. Please come to our project. Do all you can do. We will give you delegations. We need such good people. So, what you need to run a node and get started as the Cosmos validator. At first, it was the brilliant idea to make the workshop that every of us finish this beautiful time with the running nodes. But for this, you need to have a server with the Ubuntu or Linux. And because most of the nodes running on Linux, in 99%, and as I see, most of you have no Linux. I have a Linux. Who have Linux? Yes. You are so good friends. We are the keepers of the faith. So, but I will explain you everything step by step. That's after this workshop, you understand how it's easy to run the node, because we will not run the node on our own machine, because the machine with the node need to be connected to the internet 24 hours. So this is the biggest problem of doing it at your home, because if you want to do it in your home, you need not only good internet kind of 10 gigabits, so it's the common Wi-Fi, it's not really enough. And you also need to have some protection again. If electricity fell down, you need to have a box that provides you electricity, additional generator. So until you want to validate 1 or 2 networks, it's much more profitable to rent a server for $50 per month. Of course, if you start to validate 40 networks, and you have an infrastructure for the 50 networks, something like this, it's time to think, okay, maybe to have your own data center, it will be more profitable. So in case of the validator PostHuman, we validate more than 40 networks, near to the 50 or maybe a little bit more. We spend kind of $3,000 on the infrastructure per month. So it's kind of $36,000 we spend on infrastructure every year. Yes, but we still think, okay, but if we will have our data center, it means you need to spend like $2,000 for the 10 gigabit internet, plus buy these computers, plus you need to care also to change, and we think, okay, easier to pay for the, like income from all the networks is bigger than spendings on the paying for the data centers, but maybe one day we will combine our forces together with other validators and build our own data center. And this is like a small dream of every validator, to have your own small data center and to don't be dependent of the other big data centers. So first, you need to choose the network, because if you want to be a validator, you need to understand what you need to validate. And the main is, even it's not about the which network, about requirement of the networks. Because some networks need 8 gigabyte RAM, some networks is enough 4, some networks need 1 terabyte of the SSD. For some networks enough 500, so it means you need to understand choose the network, and you need to understand the requirement. So where we can find the network and check for the requirement? At first, we can go to the MinScan. This is the one of the this is most famous block explorer. Yes, and we can look at all. Here is 58 mainnets. At the top, of course, it's very big networks. I don't think that they have free places, but we goes down, and somewhere, if we will go from the bottom, not from the top, we can see some networks. For example, territory. The network territory. We see that in network territory, we go to the validators. We see that in network territory, how many validators in the, it's 82. Very strange number. It's very sounds like it's, they have free places. We go to the parameters. And in these parameters, we can find such parameter as the max validators 100. So if max validators 100 and they have only 82 validators, it means that it's 18 free places in this active set. So every person can run the node in this for this blockchain and run the validator. And to be in the validator set, you need to have something like the last places. For example, 1,000 territory. How much is 1,000 territory? We use CoinGecko. We don't use CoinMarketCap. Yes, territory, 1,000 territory, it's $2. So it means all you need is $2 of stake to be a validator of the territory. Yeah? And maybe one day you will spend this $2, but maybe it's grew up 10 times. It's possible, yes. If the coin have such price, yes, we can see it. Just for the one day, for the last month, they grew up. You see into 2 times, you invest $2. In 1 month, you have already $4. Yeah, but okay, like if you will invest $200, it will be $400. Yeah, but okay. So with this really small amount of funds, you can run the validator in the mainnet. And you can feel yourself validator, and not only feel yourself validator, you can also exist resume. You come to the new testnet, and they ask, hey guys, I want to validate your testnet. They say, who are you? You say, I'm a mainnet validator. Look, I validate 5 networks. Yes, of course I'm on the bottom. Of course, total stake it's $50, but I'm a mainnet validator. Yeah, and they tell, okay, mainnet validators, go first. Because after you a huge line of multi-accounts. Multi-accounts we need to kick out from our testnet, and for mainnet, if you mainnet validator, you are not a multi-account. It's not enough places for the multi-accounts in all mainnets. So, friends, this is a second moment that sometimes you start to validate such network. It's really on the bottom, but sometimes it can give you 700%, because one time in a year, even Doge can grow up. So you take some tokens on the bottom, run your validator, get more tokens. In one moment it shoot. You say, oh my God, it was like $100. Now it's $7,000. Wow. Such situation also exists. It will not be every day. It will kind of one time in a year or something. Sometimes one time in 2 years. But it's also very nice. So rent a server. If you are, and also if you already choose territory, for example, yes, you check the GitHub of the source code, GitHub. You choose the network, you go to the GitHub of the network. Or if you are very lazy and territory chain, let's look at the territory chain. Where is the requirements? And as usually, networks write the minimal requirements to rent, So let's go by the easiest way and write minimal requirements to run node in territory. I hope the hardware requirements for nodes, so we find for Algorand very fast. It's at 32 gigabyte, too much. Yes, why the territory, they don't find us territory, but okay, let's look not territory, but we'll make Cosmos, because this is the beautifulness of the Cosmos SDK. If you can run the node in the Cosmos, you can run node in every blockchain, because all of them have the same documentation. This is the winning. So you learn how to run the node in one blockchain, and you will. So as you can see, minimal requirement for RAM validator, it's 4 gigabyte and 1 terabyte SSD. So this is this specification for the minimal requirement will be quite the same for all the networks. So all you need is to have the server with the 4 gigabyte RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, and 4-core CPU. I remember that it's 4-core CPU, yeah. Ubuntu 20, 4 RAM, 1 terabyte SSD. Yes, don't choose 2-core CPU, choose 4-core CPU. So we will not spend a lot of time on this. Let's go to the next. So where to rent these servers? It exists a lot of huge amount. Exists Google Cloud, Amazon, blah, blah, blah. So here is just several very famous among the validators data centers. Hetzner, one of the famous, because they provide pretty good quality for the very fast time period, and you can look for the dedicated server. And even exists server auction, but from 34 euro, yeah, server finder, we can go and find the server, and we can write, look how much it will be. 64 even more than we need. 6 cores, even more than we need. 2 drivers, okay, the same as we need. €37 per month. So this is how much cost. So on the such machine with the 64 gigabyte and 6 cores, I can run not 1 node for the territory. I can run 3, maybe even 4 nodes, and they will perfectly work. Yes, 4 nodes just on the one machine. Okay, maybe I will need to ask a little bit for more SSD, but I think no, even this is also. And so for this €37, we can rent a server for 4 different mainnets. Because Cosmos nodes, it's not like that. For the server for Solana, you need to pay kind of $600. You need to have 128 gigabyte RAM, too much. Cosmos nodes, brilliant. It's like the lightest requirements for the hardware, and this is about 98% of nodes, because some of Cosmos networks have some specification, because, for example, it can be some orchestrators, some networks that's connected with the Ethereum or with something else, if it's some decentralized oracles that need to provide the data, But in 98%, it's a purely not heavy machine. 4 gigabyte. Some people I know can do it even on the Raspberry Pi, but or some latest versions. So this, when you rent a server in the such data center, or if you have the machine with Ubuntu, next what you need to do? You need to prepare server for the running nodes. How to prepare server for running nodes? You need first choose Ubuntu. Don't choose any other, and it can be questions, Ubuntu number 20 or 22, something like 20 or 22, it also works. So, and some people can tell, but what's next? Next, we just use the guides, because as I already told, the good validators, it's a good contributors. So the validators like a Polkachu, if you're watching it, thank you very much. All of us using your guides, you're a cool validator. So some of validators create guides how to run the nodes. And Polkachu, if you will go here, he tell, friends, I run a lot of nodes. I know how to do it. I prepare the guide for everybody. Even the ape can do it if we will learn them how to read from the screen. So if you can read from the screen, we can support it networks. So you easily will find, but moreover, to be honest, the process of running any other Cosmos nodes is totally the same. So all of them, because all the Cosmos chains, it's a fork of the Cosmos. So Cosmos just create Cosmos SDK, Cosmos Software Developer Kit, such a bag with everything that developer need. And they tell, friends, please do with this Lego everything you want. Like, you just turn on and there are blocks. Module for the DEX, JBank, module for IBC transactions, I will take it, please. Module for governance need. Module for, and there are a lot of modules that's copy paste. And they tell, hey, developers all over the world, who want to run the blockchain? Me. Nice, Lego for you. And developer collects this Lego, and where is the validators? Here is the validators. I see a lot of future validators. So if you want to help, you can go to some Omniflix, for example. Brilliant. You will not, I don't think that you will find the free places, but Omniflix, it's a it's a decentralized alternative to YouTube and Netflix in one place. So all the code that it's written for the Cosmos is on the go. But it's not means that you need to be a Go program developer to be a validator. To be a validator, you even don't need to be a programmer. The main skills for the validator from the technical side, it's to be a little bit DevOps, to be a little bit sysadmin, and to understand a little bit command line of Linux. This is minimum requirement for the validator. If you are the program developer, you can be not only good validator, but also good contributor and attract delegations. So, at first you install the Go on your machine. And it's very easy. You need just remove old, if you have a previous version of Go, remove previous version of Go. You do it directly in your terminal. You just open your terminal. When you will connect it, okay, if you're not familiar with the Ubuntu terminal, you can go to your terminal on the Windows or MacOS. It looks totally the same. After you with SSH connected to your server, and you will see such terminal. The Linux have such terminal, not big difference. And in such terminal, maybe you know sudo apt update. You do this. It asks the password and so on. Okay. So you make sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade. You can remember it, and after it, you can do all other. After you update and upgrade your system, remove all previous versions. wget, what it means wget? Webget, get me something from the web. From where? Go to HTTP, go lang, tralala, and get me it. Linux will get it for you. After you tell, all you get, please give me to the user local directory. You get it, and after you just remove the zip file. After it, you have the Go on your server. Very easy. So, after you can configure Go in your profile, it's you just copy, paste, and it works. After you even don't install CosmWasm. Okay, we will speak about CosmWasm somebody later. After you install the node, you just clone from the GitHub, and here is, you can clone from Omniflix. It can be cloned from Regin, clone from territory, clone from the repository of the network. You will find the GitHub of the network easily. You change your directory, in this example, to Omniflix, check out the version, you make install, and that's all. And your node is installed. Just imagine, nothing hard. It's just like how many strings of the text. So after you need to initialize your node, create moniker. In the Cosmos, moniker equal nickname. So you can choose any name for your validator. The most funniest that you even choose the bad word, and nobody can do nothing. And in the block explorer will be, for example, fuck you node. So, and nobody can delete you from the list. I don't know why Coca-Cola don't do it. Just like if I would, hey Coca-Cola, if you're watching this video, take me to your marketing team tomorrow in all block explorers. Enjoy Coca-Cola. Yeah. Very good that they will not watch this video. After download Genesis file. What is the Genesis file? It means like every blockchain have the consensus about what? About data on our computers. So a lot of computers have the data on computer. One computer asks another computer, hey computer, do you have the same data on yourself? Yes, I have the same. Prove it me with the hash. Take the hash from my data. Oh, this hash is totally the same as the hash of my data. Yes, we are in the one network. And if another computer say, this is my hash, this hash is not like my hash, go away. And with this, we have 100% consensus in our networks. Everybody who not like we, just kick out. So you need to download Genesis file. This is file where all the rules of the network is written. And after you need to configure your seeds. Seeds and peers. It means you need to know the addresses of the computer. When one computer tells to another computer, show me your hash, you need to tell to, hey, my computer, this is the addresses of the other computers. So you just copy paste this one and exist understanding of address book or persistent peers. Yes, it's written here clearly. You just tell to your computer, hey, this is the addresses where you can go to show your hash. So after you launch your node, here is configuration wizard folder, but we already told, okay, it's boring, next time. Create service file. Service file, it's the sum file for the validator with some instructions that you need to create. It's clearly, it's very easy to create files. I will not tell it how to do. If you don't know how to create a file, use Google. For example, instead of user, here is user equal user. But if you create user with the name user, keep it like it is in documentation. But if your user is not named user, so change everywhere user where you find to your username. Yes, this is all changes that you need to do here. So, and after you download snapshot, what is the snapshot? So it means that your node just new and other nodes already record information about a lot of blocks. Block number 1, block number 2, block 1, 6 million, blah, blah, blah. You tell, okay, like 6 million blocks to synchronize, but some validators, they tell, especially for you and as the contribution for the network, because the network delegate us founds because we make snapshot and provide every 4 hours new snapshot. This is one of the way of contributing, because network tell, okay, what if our nodes will fall down, where they will find the latest data from the blockchain? Some validators tell, we will do snapshot every 4 hours. They tell, take the million in the delegation, do everything, but we need new snapshot every 4 hours. Some people can provide snapshot more often. More often snapshot you provide, more bigger delegation you will get. So you go to download snapshot, for example, from Polka2, it will the faster the process, because you can start to synchronize your node from the first block, and it can take 2 days or something like this. Or you can upload snapshot and synchronize since the last block just last 4 hours, and it will take 15 minutes, maybe less. After you download snapshot, you can start your node service. It's very easy. You need to enable service with the command sudo systemctl enable OmniFlix service. In other, it will be not OmniFlix service, but territory service, some Gaia service, some Juno service, depends of the name, but dot service always. Start service, sudo service, OmniFlix, start. Very easy. So it's like you speak with the person with syndrome of Down, who like you need to service, go. Or like with the small kids, I drink, want, give, that. So the Ubuntu is kind of like service, start, after, and after you can check your logs. You can even don't check it, but also very good always to check journal CTL -fu, and you will see the lot of strings that's running, and block number this, no block number that. All the blockchain is just a huge amount of the text that's always arrived on your screen from the bottom to the top. Kind of new string every 6 seconds. Several new strings every 6 seconds. You just look, and you see how blocks is arrived. And that's all, friends. And after it, of course, exist several moments that are after your node working. If your node is working, is very good. But if to be a validator, you need to have enough founds to be in active set. Because node with 0 tokens on it will not be a validator. But we already spoke with you about it, if you remember. So it means to be a validator in the Cosmos, you need to get not less the amount that last place, 180. So you need to have delegations with more than 111,000 atoms. Yes, and this is hard to collect it since the beginning. So you need to have 112,000. But it's in the case of the Cosmos. Because as we told, in the case of some network as the territory, you need to have 5 territory tokens, or something like 1 territory token, yes? Something like $0.002. So you can, and after you will initiate your node, you will have address, you need to send the tokens on your address, and no real magic there. So, if you are struggling with any questions, today, officially, by the plan that we are created with Adrian, we need to teach you how to run the node. But nobody of you have the servers with Ubuntu. So, scan this QR code, it's a ValidatorSchool. If you will apply to the ValidatorSchool today, we will provide you free education, because you are responsible people who come to the real meet in material world. It's very rare. Just 10 years, it will be impossible. You will remember, oh my God, 10 years ago, we even collect 50 people in the one place. Unbelievable, unbelievable. And we will speak it from the capsule, matrix capsule. I also will be in matrix capsule, because this is what we do. We are build good matrix. Yes, like not every person who tell that matrix is bad, it's a fucking robophobia. We disrespect it. Matrix is good. So, and this is my contacts. I very good person. I like to speak about validation. If you will ask me any questions about validation, I always will glad you to answer. And if I will not be able to answer, I will redirect you to the person who can answer to you. So, but for the ValidatorSchool, just write your write application. You will go to the GitHub. And in the GitHub, you can find it in English language, in Russian language, in Ukrainian language. So in future, we will add, if we will find the mentors, we want to add German speakers, French speakers, Spanish speakers. But it's not really easy to find the mentors, and not really easy to find the people who have enough skills not only to run, but also to teach. Because as usually person who is very good in the tech and can do a lot of with the tech, not so strong in humanitarian side of the education. Because education is and people who are good in education process, not so strong in the technical, and they can't really, and to be a good teacher, you need to understand what you teach. Yes, so it's not really hard, but sometimes we find such people who also combine these technical and humanitarian skills together. So, ValidatorSchool, everybody who will apply today, we will remember, it will be for free for you, and my contacts, and that's all I think. Thank you very much, friends. So if somebody of you have any questions, I am ready to answer on your questions until the next speaker will tell time, it's like, but if no more questions, we will spend more time smoking cigarettes and speaking about Web3.
Thanks. I have no questions, but did you mention the validator create transaction in this guide?
No.
I think this the most it's just advice to improve your presentation. Amazing presentation is to add the creating validator transaction, because how can you run the validator without validator creation transaction?
Yes, totally. Of course, after you run the node and you have the balance, you also need to send validator transaction. But in case where it will be a little bit useless if you don't do it by yourself. So here will be free workshop how to send validator transaction. But yes, in this workshop, after the full course take from 4 weeks to 5 weeks, depends of the days. If group ready to study from Monday to Friday, it will take 4 weeks. If people tell, no, 5 days in a week, it's too much for me, only 3, only Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it will take 5 weeks.
What we have here?
So friends, after you will finish and start node service, you really need to send transaction, Genesis transaction, or to create the validator. For example, the easiest way, it's we run validator Cosmos, and the first link will be on the documentation. And here is, and such documentation is totally the same for all the projects, because all projects make copy paste, and after just change Cosmos on there. Yes, so it will be such transaction, Gaia D transaction, staking, create validator with such different parameters. To understand what is these parameters, you of course can read the documentation, because in the documentation is written totally amount. It will be, when we see amount 1 million, don't be afraid. To be honest, it's a one token, because it's 1 million U atom, or it will be 1 million U flicks, or 1 million U territory. U, it's mu. It's like a 10 in the power of -6. So 1 million U atom, it's 1 atom. Yes, 1 million of U territory, it's 1 territory. Pub key you will get when you initialize your node. Moniker, it's your name, like the best validator or something like this. Chain ID, it's always depends of the network that you run. As usually it's a chain 1, or sometimes it's chain 4. Commission rate, you just keep it how it's in the documentation. And from Kname you will get after initializing validator. And such documentation, it's not only for the Cosmos. Yes, if you will, for example, you can say, run validator, for example, persistence. Oh my God, yes, it works. And you can go and you will find the documentation that it's, why you don't work? Open me. Okay, we will. Okay, so yeah, and you also create validator. You see persistence core, transaction stake, and create validator from key name. They're totally the same things, totally the same parameters, and they explain you. So if you have an ability to read from the screen, you even don't need to really know English language, because you can always translate the page. And you can translate the page on your local languages. Because even if I, for example, hate English language, I am a Spanish speaker, and I can, where is translate the page? And I, something like open and read me mode. So, yes, something like, so you need, I don't know why. It's, we need to input the password. No, I don't understand where is it. So, okay. So, friends, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
What's included, what you teach us?
If you are interested about the full education course in Validator School, so it's a humanitarian part and it's the technical part. Humanitarian part is about what you need to have, because you need to have GitHub, Keybase, Discord, Telegram. It's a and web page. It's a minimum. And even if you are a technical person, you also need to have them. And it needs to look like you are not a multi-account. So we work with this. We also, it's about how to choose the network, how to understand which network is good, which network is bad, red and green flags, how to understand this is the network speculation and scam, or this is network good and I can validate it. This is, of course, lesson about how to contribute different kinds of contributions, to understand delegation programs, and to understand for what projects give you delegations, what was in the past, what's in the present, what will be in the future, because several years ago, everybody need block explorers and wallets. Today, it's so much block explorers and wallets that people already tell, okay, we don't need so much block explorers. So what they need now? More RPC nodes. Okay, validators start to contribute with RPC nodes, so on. So it's, of course, there's some lessons about communication, how you need to communicate, where to find the project, how to connect with the developers, how to speak about delegations, where to ask, where to find these people, how to get good interactions, how to communicate with other validators, and so on. Technical course, it's about how to rent a server, where to rent a server, how to prepare it for the running nodes, how to install all the software, what you need, where to check the requirements, how to initialize nodes, how to run the node, and also we will run with you their own testnet. So we will run the blockchain from the scratch. So creating Genesis transactions, creating Genesis file, and run own blockchain. And after the diploma work, it's to run the node in the mainnet, and this is full education. Thank you.